Hi everyone, welcome you all to my video. Today I am going to discuss a topic about the Charvaka concept of epistemology in details. This topic included in the syllabus of 4th semester general Indian philosophy. I will discuss this topic through slideshow. Before going to that, I just want to introduce about Charvaka systems. Charvaka system is one of the non-poetic systems of Indian philosophy. Charvaka system is called as materialistic school of Indian philosophy. It believes that matter is the only element of the universe. This philosophy says that everything which exists in the world is material. Okay, let's go to the next slide. So this is about Charvaka epistemology. So the whole philosophy of Charvaka is based on the concept of epistemology. Epistemology is the most important branch of philosophy, and the main question of Indian epistemology is that what are the sources of knowledge? This is the main question of Indian epistemology. So there are different sources of knowledge in Indian philosophy, like perception, inference, verbal testimony, etc. Okay. Next, let's go to the next slide. So this is about perception is the only source of knowledge. So Charvaka accept only perception as a valid source of knowledge. Knowledge of reality or valid cognition is called prama, and the source of such knowledge is called pramana in Indian philosophy. The epistemological doctrine of the Charvaka school is that perception is the only means of valid knowledge. So they accept only perception. Perception either external or internal. It may be external or internal. External perception is due to the interaction of 5 senses and external object. Internal perception depends upon external perception. The perceptible world is the only reality. So this is about perception, which is recognized by Charvaka systems. They say that the things perceived by the sense organ only are real. The internal organs monos can work upon the material supplied by the external perception. The monos is not independent of external sense organs. The other things beyond the reach of perception are not real. And heaven and hell are not real because they are not perceived. They reject inference and testimony as means of valid knowledge. So Charvaka accept only one valid source of knowledge, that is called perception. So next we move. Next slide. So this is about inference is not certain. So Charvaka says that the Charvaka reject inference as a means of valid knowledge. In the process of inference, we proceed from known to unknown, and there is no certainty in this. When we infer, for example, the existence of fire in a hill from the perception of smoke in it, we take a leap in the dark from the perceived smoke to the unperceived fire. The invariable relation between middle term smoke and the major fire is called as Vyapti. So no invariable relation Vyapti can be established by the perception. So Charvaka reject inference as a valid source of knowledge. So if we say about what is inference, inference is a mental process through which we proceed from known to unknown. On the basis of instance like the hills are smoky, we infer that the hills has fiery. The Charvaka points out that these instances would be acceptable only if the major premises starting the invariable relation between the middle trunk smoke and major fire were burned out. But this invariable relation, that is Bapti, can be established only if we have a knowledge of all cases of smoke and presence of the fire. But this is not possible. No invariable relation can therefore be established by perception, and neither can it be said to be based on another inference, since the validity of that inference again has to be similarly proved. Nor can this Bapti be based on the testimony of reliable person, and for the validity of testimony itself required to be proved by inference again. So, for Charvaka, testimony, if we say inference is not acceptable for them, again, Charvaka do not believe in the existence of verbal testimony. Let's go to the next slide. So, here, testimony is not a valid source of knowledge. For Charvaka, testimony consists of word, that is called Sabda. The Charvaka admit that the word of reliable person are authoritative in the case of perceptible things. Imperceptible things have no existence. According to Charvaka, the knowledge of gain through word is only based on inference. So, Charvaka again do not believe in the existence of verbal testimony. So, for Charvaka, testimony is not valid source of knowledge. By testimony, they mean the word of reliable person or people. The word of reliable person are authoritative in the case of perceptible things. So, but insofar as this word suggests or mean things not within our perception, and aim at giving us knowledge of those unperceived objects, they are not free from error and doubt. So, in this way, they reject the existence of verbal testimony. They don't believe the existence of verbal testimony. In this way, Charvaka accept only perception as a valid source of knowledge, but they do not accept like verbal testimony or inference as a valid source of knowledge. So, again, Charvaka do not believe in the testimony of the Vedas. In reality, the Vedas are the works of some cunning priests who earn their life living by duping the ignorant. So, this is the topic about Charvaka epistemology. So, next, this is the reference. Next, hope you like this video. If you have any query regarding this discussion, then you are welcome and you can write me through my WhatsApp. Thank you.